Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media. And now I would like to introduce you to the founder of Laced Up PDX, Matthias Mock. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So Laced Up PDX is an event.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be going on here in the Gresham area on August 26th.
Yes.
Is that right?
August
okay.
26th.
So tell me about the event first, if you would. Tell me what this is and why you decided to do this.
All right. Well, basically,
get right to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just get right to what we're here for. So, Laced Up PDX was an idea that started from. I spoke at the groundbreaking for the new Boys and Girls Club in the East Side. It's
the one out in Stark.
Very big building where the 70s used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be a co-director / worker / anything you needed at that point in time for Powell Youth Center. And so when they went under, then we basically ended up working for a Boys and Girls Club. So I've had connections in the community for a very, very long time. I grew up in the community. I was the kid sitting outside after basketball practice because, we didn't have a way home, so
okay.
I was that kid.
One, huh?
I was under the street light. So because of that, I just really loved working with kids. So fast forward, we're at the groundbreaking and they asked me to come out and speak. So I kind of just told my story. A lot of the kids that knew me from a little while before and were super excited about a new Boys and Girls Club building being built, showed up and were just in awe of seeing me. It was pretty awesome. It was great to see how big they've gotten. And during speaking, somebody came up to me and was like, hey, we're starting community reform for EMSP, and we really I just need to know you. I just want some resources.
Tell me what EMSP is.
EMSP, East Metro Esteem Project.
Esteem Project, yeah.
So they came up to me and Crystal hit it off, and she was like, I want all your connections. Let her have all my connections. And then I just blurted out this really cool idea, and the idea was give shoes to kids for the first day of school. I have loved sneakers since I was a kid because we got donation boxes from churches and all that. Nike ended up sponsoring me from age 1 to 5. So I had sneakers growing up because my mother could not afford them. And it really took it alleviated a lot off of my mother's shoulders. And so I kind of wanted to take that concept, that idea. That's what stemmed the idea.
Everybody likes new shoes.
Right? Who doesn't, right? You run faster.
I wore a uniform, and that's the only new thing I got every year was new shoes. So,
run faster, jump higher. That's what it is.
Right.
And so then it just stemmed from the conversation. And I basically told her, this is an idea. She said, I don't think you understand how great this idea is. So I sat down, wrote it all down, and here we are. I mean, Laced Up PDX is supposed to be like a pop-up shop. It's supposed to be sneaker heads, and sneaker culture is very, very prominent right now. A lot of people in this country love sneakers to the point where they don't pay their rent. I'm talking like sneakers on sneakers on sneakers.
They're waiting for the newest styles to come out.
Exactly. They wait in lines around the block for them. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a pop-up shop. I was like, what if we did that for kids and that really needed them? Imagine how special that would be. So that's where the invite only came in. So we wanted to make it a private event because I love large events for the community. I've been a part of them. I've worked in the community for almost 10 years. I've been a part of them every single year. I know exactly how they go. I know exactly what they do. I didn't want to offer that. I wanted to offer something different. I wanted to offer an experience. I wanted to offer, I wanted to bring resources, tennis shoes, and kids and food to the table. And that's kind of what Laced Up PDX is.
So when you say invite only, what that means is when the people that are invited are people that are going to be the recipients of the shoes. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
So you have reached out to people to find out who those kids are? Is that
So yeah, through the connections that I've had in the community, through EMSP and through a lot of other sponsors
Boys and Girls Club and
yeah,
stuff like that?
Yeah, so on and so forth. They're all after school programs. They know those 10 kids in the back that really need the help.
Yeah, yeah.
So to eliminate some of the footwork, what I did is I really wanted to say, hey, give me your 10. Give me your 10 kids. Give me your 10. Give me your 10. And this year, we are doing 50 kids. We have filled up that list, but I'm here because I want to let people know the first year of Laced Up, we want to do more than just one event.
Yeah.
We want to do a few. So if you email lacedupPDX@gmail.com, you can inquire about that, you know, and we can give you more information. We can let you know when the next event is. We'll have an email list, and we'll be able to contact you like that, and we'll be at events. We'll probably be at those large events kind of spreading the word.
Right.
But in general, it's supposed to be a private event because a pop-up shop is supposed to be special, and it allows us to get the sizes for the kids, all the information for the kids.
So it's more personal
Beforehand, and it's really cool. You get to the door, and you know the kid's 10 years old, and we look at him and you say, "You're on the list, bud. You're in," and it just feels amazing.
It's like the velvet rope or something.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like that feeling?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, I really wanted to just create something different.
I like
and
that.
I'm an idea guy. I'm a numbers guy, and you know, I want to effectively affect people in the most prominent way I can, and I have a huge heart. So, bottom line is, let's make it happen. And I did what I can this year, 50 kids. We'll have some more events this year. And if you email lacedupPDX@gmail.com, we'll let you know about some more stuff.
So if there are people that know of a kid that really needs something like that,
Yes.
but they don't make it this time,
Yeah.
you know, then if they call you, maybe get on a list for maybe a future event, you'll keep track of that?
Yes, I will keep track of it. I have an event coordinator, I have an event manager. I have all the volunteers this year are family members of mine, people that
That's how it starts.
Yeah,
That's how it
it's a
starts.
wonderful event. They believe in the vision. So all of these people have really encouraged me and showed me and given me ins and outs of kind of what maybe we should do.
Right.
And it's really turned into a great event. But keeping that list is the most important part.
Right.
You know, you can't help everybody in the world.
No.
You're just not going to be able to. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it one kid at a time. And
Do what you can,
Yeah.
as you can.
Yeah.
So if you're a business or an organization, like
Yes.
a charitable giving organization, say like the Kiwanis or the Rotary or the Elks Club, or if it's the Seroptimus, or it's some organization, or if it's a business, a local business, if they want to be involved and help sponsor this or help support it, can they also call you and then say, hey, when you have another event, we'll try to help out?
Yeah, sponsorships are some of the biggest reasons why it's successful right now.
Yeah.
I have a nice reach as a person because I've been in the community.
Right,
And
so you have the contacts and the connections.
And I've been a musician for over 15 years, so I've kind of just done my, due diligence, but sponsors are something different. This is something that, like, if you want to help the community and you just don't know how, you're a thriving company at the time and you just don't really have the opportunity to do so, I'm your man. So I can put you in a place where we give you a shout out, we give you a sponsorship spot, we give you a table. You could be out there, helping the resource tables, doing what, offer volunteers. That's an awesome sponsorship.
Yeah.
But the main thing is you get to sponsor kids directly. You know the size, the parents,
Yeah.
and we eventually
that you're making an impact locally.
Yes.
And you can actually see the kids that are benefiting. I mean, so often it's really great to be able to give your money to an organization, but if you actually see what you're doing, it really makes a difference.
And a pop-up shop is exclusive. So what's cool is you're also going to be a part of an extremely high quality event. Catered. It's going to be, everything's black, white, and yellow. It's like this very, I know we have the logo somewhere. We'll flash it up at some point. But yeah, the colorway is just awesome. The shoes are top notch. We went to the Nike employee store and the Adidas employee store. We went to Vans. So we got all of the top tennis shoes.
Cool.
It's not just like,
those kids are going to be excited.
Little, Big Brothers hand-me-downs. We're giving we're giving real quality stuff.
What ages are you?
Well, we started just, since the first day of school, it's just kindergarten all the way to roughly about freshman year. I feel like after freshman year, you should be volunteering, and I'll get you a pair of shoes.
There you go.
You should be a big bro to this
Yeah,
project. And I do have some of the kids that have grown up since I've worked in the community are going to be there lending a helping hand.
And you know what? I think that's really important to get kids that have been involved in whatever, or kids that have benefited from things like this.
Yeah.
To learn to give back, you know, and whether or not you've benefited from it, kids need to learn to volunteer and to give back to their communities.
As a kid, if you realize how important that is, I remember I helped do a food drive when I was like, man, I think I might have been 9 years old. I helped do a food drive with Pal, and I didn't even have food to give. We were getting from the same food drive we were helping. So sometimes, you know, you've seen videos where like the man on the street is giving $1, you know, to the other guy, you know, I just feel like if you don't start that young, if you don't really get into that sponge, you know, time frame of a kid and show them how important that is, then you just, you know.
I'm right on the same page with you. I think that's one of the most important things we can teach our kids is being a member of the community is you need to learn to share, to give back. And if you're in a good place, share that, you know, because there may be a time when you're not, and you may be on the other end of it, and, you know, not that that's the reason to, but, you know, you never know.
You never know.
So, do you mind me asking then a little bit about your background then? You said there were times when you didn't have, you know,
Yes.
feet. So what was your youth like, or your childhood?
Well, my mother was a victim of extreme domestic violence, and my father was, you know, incarcerated in and out of, you know, bad situations. I have a brother and a sister. They're older than me, significantly older, about 8 or 9 years. And you know, eventually they went with their dad, you know, and it was just kind of me and my mom. So there were nights where, you know, we really didn't know where the meal was coming from. We didn't know if we had a place to lay our heads. So I know what it feels like to sleep in the back of a car. I know what it feels like to sneak through the kitchen to get to the bathroom because it's not your house. You're sleeping in the basement that night, you know, and you know, the couch hopping. And then times where my mother got, you know, above water and we were loving it, you know, that I might have gotten a pair of shoes at that point in time, and or she would just use the credit card that she randomly got approved for, and just hurry up and get them. Hurry up and get them. So
did you benefit from any social service agencies growing up? Were you able to?
Yeah, I mean,
well, you mentioned the Boys and Girls Club.
And Powell Youth Center. My mom would go to work. She worked 2 jobs. She would drop me off, you know, and I would. Sometimes she'd be working so late that she would just, you know, she just couldn't be there. And Phil Knight, who was a police officer, he worked for the Sunshine Division as well. He was my mentor. He put me in basketball. I was a great basketball player, still am. And he just really, I don't know, man. He pulled by in the police car, and he knew I was waiting after hours, and so he would pull up, he'd kind of flash his flashlight, and I was really embarrassed because he'd pull up to the apartment building, and I'd be in a police car, and I hated that. I just hated that. But
really, I didn't do anything
I didn't do anything. Everybody would make fun of me, so I just really he just really showed me what it meant to care unconditionally, and I thought it was really, really cool. And when you don't have male role models, you know, you pull any great thing from any good man in your life, no matter how long they were there, and he always has just popped into my head every time I think about how big I want my heart to be when I go. So
do you still see him? Is he around still?
I just emailed him recently. He coaches up in Vancouver now. So yeah, well, of course we stay in touch.
You know, we stay in touch. That's the kind of people they need to know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? There's nothing better than to
have
somebody tell you how they affected you.
He's a special person, and I know he knows that. So he's done a lot for me, and you know, hopefully he's watching. You know, you never know.
Yeah. Well, you can send him the link.
He inspired a lot of what we're talking about right now.
See, I think that's wonderful, and the fact that you're passing this on and sharing it with the community is huge. It really is, and that's being a good role model for the kids out in the community, because that's important.
If I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
And if you can do it, other people can do it too. It's kind of like that kindness revolution thing we were talking about in the last episode. Like,
kindness revolution. Hey,
there you go.
Already got one.
So the event is August 26th. It's by invitation only. But you're having it at the Friends of the Children.
Friends of the Children, 172nd, in between Burnside and Gleason, I believe.
Okay.
That is actually where Powell used to be. And now it is Friends of the Children. So I'm going to be doing it in the same gym I grew up in. That's absolutely amazing.
Oh,
it's nostalgic.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's like It's good karma too,
Oh,
I think. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we're just about out of time. Anything else that we should know? I mean, it's a closed event now, but if you can still contact you.
Yes,
and you
yes.
can still help, and
Yeah.
you can still get the name in if you know somebody that really needs this. So.
Yes, laceduppdx@gmail.com.
Okay.
You can inquire. You can email me. I will answer any questions you have.
Right.
The event is this weekend, but we want to do more this year. So please contact me, and I can get you on a list of some sort, and we'll help you.
Let's grow this and make it even better and bigger next year.
It's the first year. You know, if you don't talk about it, people don't know about it. So that's why I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, Matthias.
For sure.
You bet. Thanks for watching Community Hotline tonight. I'm inspired by this young man here, and I hope that you too will go out there and try to make a difference in your community like he is. And you know how to get a hold of him if you want to be involved. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here on Community Hotline every week at the same time. We'll see you then.
Community Hotline is made possible with generous support by Gresham Ford, the dealer with a heart. The Contribute to the Community program provides the opportunity for the Gresham Ford team to make a positive impact, serving their customers and helping people across the community. And by the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission. The Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission advocates on behalf of the public interest on communications policy issues at the local, state, and federal levels.
Local government is a very important part of our daily lives. You might think the decisions that affect us most are made in Washington, D.C., but frequently what happens at the local level has the biggest impact. Safe and clean streets and parks, local ballot measures to ensure funding for police. These are just a few of the issues that matter most. At MetroEast, we provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of local government so you can see what's happening in your East County cities. Watch city councils, planning commissions, and school boards on these cable channels or online.